Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here, also known as Crafty Moose. I am back again for another instalment to put into the journal for Janeybjournals on Etsy. So she's the one that creates the digitals that I've been using in this kind of, like, it's not really a series, but just I kind of want to do some bits to go in this journal. So last time we made these, which was, well, last time we made something for this journal. We made these windowed envelopey things, and these are slightly different to Rachel from Roxy's Creations. She leaves the strip on so that they fold out from a page. So actually, which side? It would be that side. So they'd fold out from a page like that. Whereas I'm going to have them as journal cards, so they're just slightly different. So I'm going to, as I've made things, I'm going to start tucking them in here. This is another thing that I made, which is just a little envelope. So it's one of the envelopes that's in the kit, and I've just put it together. And all I've done is I've put a little circle on the back for a little tuck. And then this is a page that I've decoupaged with some napkin that I've got. So, and that's just for, I'll be making something else with that, but at this very moment in time, I don't know. So it's all fun and games. So what I'm going to do today is I wanted to make, so in my last video, so the video that will have been uploaded since prior to this, I was dealing with a bit of mania. Which is sometimes I have to channel this mania and I have to get it out my system. It all comes out, if it all came out on video this time. So in my last video I was talking about the MapFolds. So this is the Turkish MapFold, and then this is the Hungarian MapFold. Okay, so I was talking about those and I was making those. So I thought what I would do is I would make one of those to go in this journal. Okay, so with it being a Tulip theme, I shall be using Janey's DigiKit as well, so there's bits of it all stuffed at the side here, but I'm also going to use some elements that are really very me, which are the people have seen me do altered playing cards before. There's several videos on here. I really love doing altered playing cards. It's one of my things that I really enjoy. Okay, so, but I'm also going to, have a bit of a play and everything as well. So, anyway, without further ado, all I've done here is I've just cut a piece of card to kind of fit so that I can then have it open. And all I've done is I've just chopped the corners off. So I didn't actually use my corner chomper because I couldn't get the same shape. And these look like they've been, well, they're certainly not symmetrical, so I just thought, I'll just draw around it and chop it off that way. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to do, and then this is the paper that I'm going to fold to go inside. So it's obviously too big at the minute, but it won't be by the time I finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this MapFold thing first and get this out of the way. So this is just a piece of yellow paper that has been coffee dyed. It's actually been tea dyed. And the reason I can tell you it's tea dyeing is because it's still, I like to use loose tea on some things, because that loose tea kind of just sits on the surface and creates like little pits and things, and I like that. It makes it textured. So anyway, so yes, so that's what I've been doing. So I've been making tea dyed stuff, not recently, but I do need to do a whole lot more. So all I'm doing is I'm making this map foldy thing. So as you saw in my last video, this is very easy to make. It's easier when you're not telling people what you're doing with it. It's like if you saw my last video, like, it was all a bit crazy. Because that's how my brain works, and you kind of have to roll with it. And like Brian was saying to me, Brian is my best friend, was saying that he likes the fact that, well, he thinks that other people like the fact that I'm very transparent and very honest You know, if I'm happy, I'm happy, and I'm, you know, you can see I'm happy, and if I'm sad, and you know, I'm not I don't live in a perfect world, and I don't like to. Well, I wouldn't want you to think that I did. So, because then that makes you feel as normal as I am, and guess what? I'm not normal. So, there we go. So that's what I've created. Now I realise that this is going to be. Sorry, let's tuck these bits in. I realise that this is going to be somewhat big for this, but I'm going to have a bit more decoration to it. So rather than it just being square, the outside being square like the other one was. Sorry, I just finished tucking my ears in, otherwise I'll have no clue what I'm talking about. So rather than this one being cut to the same size, I'm going to keep it this shape, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a space here as well for journaling on, so something else, some other place to write. So it will open like this, open up like this, and there'll be places to write top and bottom as well. So so that's the middle bit. Okay, I could have done a the other style one. I could have done the Hungarian one, okay, which would then have filled this space, but I really wanted to use this piece of paper, so I have. So anyway, and I don't want to cut my card down. I like the full size of the card. So let's get making. So I'm going to decoupage this like I usually do. Well, not usually, but like when I'm making these sorts of things, I like to decoupage. Well, I would do, you know, if I could actually find. Should have got yourself all ready, shouldn't you, Dave? But I have absolutely no idea where my ink pad is. Well, who knew? Oh, it's there. It's been put in the wrong place, that's all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink my edges, just to give me a starting point. I'm not worried about how it looks on the front because it'll all get kind of covered up anyway. So, and I think today I'm going to try using a bit of, well, I don't know whether to try it or not, to try using a bit of Map Medium on here. So I bought the Tim Holtz Map Medium, which I'd never bought before, and I've not used it. So, and because I want a kind of a vintagey look to this, oh, squeaky, I think I might give it a go. So I bought this one, the Distress Collage Medium Vintage, this is called. Now, I guess it'll need a bit of a shake. I guess it'll need to be opened as well, Dave. That's probably a good idea. Let's get my brush ready as well. Oh, I've just dipped it in my tea. Oh, where did my tea come from? I don't even remember that even appearing. So Brian has obviously brought me some tea. It's quite hot, so it must have been recently brought, but I don't know when he brought it because I was talking to you guys, I think. So let's open this up. Now I've not used this before, so this could be interesting. Let's try and slice my fingers off. There we go. It's so exciting when you open a new product, isn't it? Let's have a look in here. What's in here? Now, I know that they have suggested that you use some of that, what's it called? Press and seal stuff, which I ordered specially because it's not available in the UK, so yeah, well, it looks quite thick. I don't know whether it will be. Is it thick in there as well? It is thick in there. So I don't know whether it's going to do what I want it to do, but we'll soon find out. It might be better to paint over the napkin rather than try to stick the napkin down with it, but I don't know. We'll give it a go in a minute. Let's just put the lid back on it for a second and put that on there. So let's get my napkin sorted. So this is because it's a spring like journal and we're using some of the Janey stuff, we're using the Janey Tulip stuff, I thought this would be perfect. Let me get my water brush. It's somewhere in here. Is that the one with water in? No, it isn't. Sorry for the singing. We've had all sorts today. If you listened to watch my other video, you'd have seen me, well, heard me murdering songs from Annie and all sorts of things. So, which is now in my head. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. You know what I've forgotten to do? I've forgotten to split my napkin. My napkin. I've not split my napkin. Okay, sorry. Yes, I know you're all thinking, yeah, you will be, Dave. Okay, let's just split my napkin. So I didn't take the layers apart. So this is because I'm still channeling a bit of mania. Well, a lot, to be fair. So, well, let's peel all of that off. That's all come off nicely. I thought it had split where the water was, but clearly it's stronger than it looks. I know I would normally keep all of my layers, but I'm not worried about it today. I've got so much of this napkin, well, so many napkins now, all these inner layers. I'm not worried about those. Okay, so I've got my napkin split, so let's take this out now. Hopefully it's not dried too much. There we go. So I'm thinking of having this kind of on here, but I want to decorate the page as well first. So what I was thinking is I'll have a bit of book page, because I like a bit of book page. This Asimov one, it's not the words in it, it's the fact that the paper's so not weathered, what's aged. It's so aged. So I'm just making sure that you can see what I can see. Let's just tear a bit off. Right, I always try to layer it and see how I'm going to have it. I might not actually have all of that. I might have that there. It's just I've just noticed gay. I saw gay and got slightly distracted. So yeah, okay, sorry. Brain's going, oh, gay. As you know, I'm gay, so it's just the way it is. So anyway, what else do I want on here? I think I might want a bit of the journal card. Right, so these are the bits. These are the digikit. This is, well, not all of it, because obviously I've used a lot of it. I'm thinking I might want. I could have one of the journal-y things on it. Maybe a bit of that, or this, maybe, or this, or that. There's a lot, as you say. There's so much in here. I absolutely love this kit. Well, I love them all, but because I'm working with this a lot at the moment, I'm really kind of floats my boat, ticks on my boxes, blows my skirt up. All of the other euphemisms for I really like it. So I'm thinking I'm going to have that on there. I'm thinking if I use the distress medium, it'll kind of age it down. Yeah, I might do that. Let's get this on first. So I don't want to. Should I just use that? So like I say, I've never used this collage medium before, but it's because it's got a tint to it. Apparently that tint you can see. Oh, good job it's not liquid, isn't it? Because I've just it's just fallen over. I don't know whether you'll be able to see the tint, to be fair. guess you will. I mean, like, he uses his special brush to do it, the Tim Holtz. But I don't have that brush. So what I think I might do is I might just use some Mod Podge. This is very thick, and I don't think my napkin will adhere the way that I want it to. So I'm just going to revert back to my watered down Mod Podge. I like the way that this makes the napkin stick, if you know what I mean. And I can always go over the top with some of the matte medium. But I'm going to use this because stick to what you know, Dave. You can experiment with other things at other times, maybe. And I don't mind the fact that it's looking streaky and smeary, because that's all part of the charm. If you can hear anything in the background, it's just Brian's just coming to sit into the. All right. Oh. Well, apparently he's made dinner and he's walked the dog. So that's what friends are for. Well, for walking the dog. No. No, it's good to have good friends, isn't it? When they do things for you while you're, doing lives and things and doing. It wasn't. It's not a live today, is it? It's a video, but. So these are tulips. Now, obviously, this isn't from Janie B's kit. This is just a napkin that I have. If you know anything about me, you'll know that I have a lot of napkins. It's kind of my thing. I love decoupaging. I kind of really got into it quite late, really. I guess I got into craft quite late. Paper craft like this quite late. Junk journal-y stuff. Later than lots of people. So you guys have probably been doing this for years, whereas this is kind of like been doing this for about 18 months now. So I'm not worried about these extra edges. I'll sand them off. I'm just kind of looking at the placing of things. I don't know whether I want that. I might have a bit of that. I don't like a straight edge. Maybe tear some of that white off. I had to change my sponge on my distress ink, and because I've had to change my sponge, it takes a while for it to get saturated before it starts picking ink up very well. Kind of breaking it in, isn't it, really? So, but it's not there yet, so I'm not happy with the sponge at the minute. So might have that there. I don't know. Do I want it? Yeah, I'm not keen on that bud, to be fair. I'm gonna put that down there. So put that on there. I don't want to brush over the napkin too much, otherwise it'll start to break up. It was starting to get a bit here. It's starting to break up a little bit anyway. So I'll put that on there. Oh, I know what I did want to use. Again, it's not part of the kit. It's just I had a book about bulbs, plants that grow from bulbs, which obviously tulips do. And I had this. I really wanted to use that. Now I don't know whether that's going to be too much with the same colour. I've got this. Or quite like that. Oh yes, I like that. Yeah, we'll use that. Use that on there. So we're going to put that on. Have that on there. And I don't know whether I want maybe not piece of book page. Let's see what else I've got in here in my stash. Do I have any? I should have. Yeah, there's a bit of music paper here. Bit of music paper, maybe. So I'm just going to tear a piece. Which way up? Shall we have it that way? Is that the right way up? Oh yeah, it's German, so like I think they still have the numbers the letters the right way up. I might put that on there. Yeah, I'm going to put that on there. So let's just dry this off, otherwise it's going to get oversaturated. So I'm sorry, I'm going to have to turn this on. Just going to heat this up. Be careful with this because this gets hot, which we all know, but like don't burn your hand with it is what I mean. This is always better if you let it dry naturally, but I haven't got time for letting things dry naturally. So we're just gonna, and things always dry, I've told you this before and I'm not following my own advice, but things always dry better if you hold them off the counter. Just be careful about burning your fingers. Because there's somewhere for the moisture to go, it can go behind and evaporate, rather than if you lie it down, the moisture goes onto your glass mat and then condenses, and then you end up with like a soggy mess. So there we go, so that's that. So I was going to have this on here. Now I think if I use a bit of the collage medium now, I think that will make this look a bit older than it is, hopefully. I don't know how tinted or pigmented this is. Brian wasn't in the room when this tipped over, so no, luckily it doesn't come out. It's gelatinous is I think that's the term, isn't it? Gelatinous. Don't want that there. Yeah. So we're gonna have to put. I'm not sure I like this, to be fair. Sorry, Tim. I mean, he uses it for everything, but of course he would, because it's his own product, and it doesn't cost him a fortune like it does the rest of us. So I'm just pasting it down. I think it's quite wet because it seems to be, although it's quite thick, it seems to be puckering the paper. I mean, I'm not worried about the puckering of the paper. Pucker it, I don't care. So I think I'm going to have that on there. Yes, I like that. Really like that, actually. I need something in this area, but I'm not sure whether I might just have pop the lid back on there. Oh no, it's quite gelatinous, but we don't want to be risking tempting fate, do we? I'm thinking maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. No, I'm not. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Okay, sorry. Oh dear, it's one of those. Oh, maybe I should have a butterfly on it. Brian will kill me. So we have this running joke about the fact that we're not big butterfly users, and we tease each other about when you do actually use a butterfly on something. So I think I might have that there. Yeah, I will. Right, let's separate these. Take that off there, otherwise it'll just glue accidentally, not with a deliberate gluiness that I want it to. Sorry if I'm not talking gobbledygook today. This is just the way I am today. So, separate me napkin. I don't know why it has to have a fanfare to do it to. Separate the napkin. Been driving Brian mad today, so. Oh, if there's an arm just coming to shot. That was Brian making a guest appearance. Yeah, he was taking the bone, one of my bone folders, so which is on this side. So just being careful when you separate napkins, especially if it's like that one was really well adhered, and just be careful because like you don't want to tear the layer that you want to use. Now that's got a nice shadow on there, so like don't know whether you can see that, but there's like a shadow of butterflies. I might keep that because I can, sometimes you want that kind of there, not quite there type thing, bit like me. There, not quite there. Definitely not quite there today. Pick that up, Dave. Where's the water brush? Spot the water brush. Did I put it away? Don't be daft. Would I have put it away? No. Where is it then? Yeah, Brian's just said he doubts it as well. So, like, no. Where is it? I've definitely had it. You all saw me use it. So now it's a case of where on earth is it? No, that's the empty one. Okay, so is it on the floor? No. Oh, it's there. I did put it away, just in the wrong place. So it's not been put away then, has it? It's been put somewhere, but not away. So which one shall I use? I quite like that blue one. I think that one's too busy. Don't know about that one. No, this one. This blue one, I think. Let's get the water flowing. Get the water flowing. Oh no. Let's get the motor running, but changed somewhat to an unrecognisable.
You should do a craft album.
Yeah, Brian's just said I should do a craft album. Although Christina said that she thought that I should go on like a game show where it was for every word somebody mentioned, you had to come out with a song. And she says I'd do really well on it. I think I probably would as well, because in my head, why is there a bit of glitter on there? No, I don't even know where the glitter came from, because I don't even use glitter. So, right. So that's what I want. Do I want it to kind of sit over? Yes, I do. So I think what I'll have is put the tulips on first. And then maybe sit that like that. Is that too busy? Or do I want it further over here? Oh yeah, I definitely want it further over here. I want to still see the edge of this. Okay. That matte medium, the thing I'll say about it is it dries very quickly. Yeah, so I think like that, I'm going to have the butterfly over the top. So, get it off. Let's just stick this down. Okay. Because I'm only going to use this because it's here. So. It looks like caramel. I don't suggest you lick it to try and find out, because, you know, just saying it might not taste the same as caramel. Or caramel. Caramel. I don't know how it's said in other parts of the world, but we say caramel. So actually, I watch a lot of been starting to watch a lot of TikTok, little short videos and things, and there's a lot of the accent challenge. I don't think it's really a challenge. It's not really a challenge to speak your own with your own accent, really, is it? But there's a lot of the accent challenge on there where, you know, it's the difference between, you know, British and American accents and how we pronounce different words, etc. So it's not just British and American, it's British and Australian, or Australian and American. I was quite surprised, actually. I didn't know, and I'm sorry for saying this, but I didn't really know that in Canada you say things in similar, well, not everybody, I'm not suggesting everybody does, but apparently you say pop. So, you know, have a glass of pop rather than a glass of soda. Well, we would say pop here in the UK. Well, I call it pop anyway. So I'm going to put that on there, and I think I'll maybe be enough on there to do it with. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on there, and I like the way that this kind of is looking a bit dirty, but my crafts do, my art does have that kind of more grungy kind of look to it. So I don't know why I say art like that, because I guess I am quite artistic. Yeah, I like that. I like the way that looks now. So this is just the cover basically for the journal. Okay, so just going to go over. In fact, I might go over that bit there as well. I think I've already done it, but just there are some bits on this card that are a bit, I don't know, white looking. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that in some water, otherwise that will just dry horribly. And I'm going to dry this off. So all I'm doing is just checking to see if it's hot. I mean, it heats up quite instantly, really. So, what did I say about drying it? Holding it off the counter. Yeah, Brian's just said, do as I say, not as I do. Which is true. This is the way I live my life. So, yeah, it's still a little bit damp. So the only other matte medium that I have used is I've tried the Crackle Medium, which this is the one that I've used. This is the Crackle Medium. I don't know if you can see that. It crackles here. It doesn't. I thought it would crackle even if you spread it thinly, but no, you do have to, just like any Crackle Medium, you have to go quite thick. In the areas that it's gone quite thick in, it does tend to crackle, and that's again the same. Well, it's not the same because it's not. There you go. It's got some press and seal on it. It's the Crazing, sorry, not Crackle. So that's the only other one I've tried so far, because I did buy some of the. Everything's falling over now. I did buy some just of the matte medium, but I haven't used any yet. So I'm just going to cut this off. I was going to sand it off, but I think I'm going to cut it off. The reason I'm going to cut it off is because it's not just the napkin I need to cut off. It's I've actually got pieces of card here, so I'm going to cut those bits off. All the way around, cut the edge of the book page off. There we go. Get rid of those little bits. Tempted as I am to keep them, I don't think I will. So there we go. So that's basically the cover for the little journal, that card thing that I'm going to make. Because it's not going to cover the whole thing, I might do something with this here. So I might have an element of something, an elephant of something. No elephants. No elephants were harmed in the making of this. I have got this one. This is just a napkin from Sainsbury's. Sorry, no plugging for Sainsbury's, but I think I'm just going to have a few of these. Now I realise that they're not, what are they called? Tulips, but they are that kind of spring flowery kind of thing. So I think I might have, I don't know, that there. You probably won't see it all, but I could have that there. Yeah. What have I got else on here? Should I have that there? Have that, or should I have the whole of that? You took the whole of that. Yeah. Again, another song gone through my head, but I don't actually know the whole thing, so I won't sing it to you. So I'm going to take the excess of this off. I don't want it all. Just remove any excess bits. Bit I need to get rid of. I don't mind it being quite rustic looking. Rustic means that there's bits missing. Just in case. It means bits are missing if you do something like this. If you're making mashed potato and somebody says it's rustic, it's got lumps in it. Just saying. I think I've told you that as well before. That's my opinion anyway. So if this is going to come down to about here, you are going to see that. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll probably put some kind of a journal card on here. I'd like to put one of, I think I've already got some I think I've got some cut out. I'd like to put one of these on, which I think is in. These are my little. I think I want to put that on there. Sorry, we're getting a bit like all over the place, which is basically how my brain is currently working. A bit all over the place. So these are the things that I don't cut out. I just got my scan and cut to do it. I've only got a little one and it's got nothing in it. Oh no, that's one I did. It's basically one that I've done with painted a bit of Mod Podge on the front of it so that you're getting a bit carried away now, Dave. So let's just see. I'm just going through this little thing, see if there's anything else on here. No, pears, not really going with the whole thing. No, definitely. I thought I had more than that. I probably used them all, to be fair. I do really like them, so took my wings back in. Oh, come here. Don't know what that is. That's a bit of rubbish. Put the lid back on there. Let's just see if there's nothing in here. No, wrong way. It was opening it the right way in the first place. No. What was that? Oh, that's one of the lemon ones. No, nothing there. So I think that then maybe. I don't know where though. I don't know whether it stands out enough. I might put something behind it and see if I can get it to stand out down another wing. Yeah, I'm going to put that on here. Anyway, so let's do one thing at a time, Dave. Why not? Let's do 12 things at a time, Dave, because that's the kind of thing. Yeah, Brian's just said that sounds more like me doing 12 things at a time. Where to put my brush? Oh, in the water. Where I'm supposed to put it. Not in my tea, which has happened before. So I'm talking of my tea. I'm just going to have some tea. When I say I'm going to have some, I mean I'm going to knock it back because it was tepid as it was. So if I waited any longer, it'd have been cold. So cold tea. It's not nice, but you know, you kind of get used to it.
It's how you normally drink it.
Yeah, exactly. Brian's just said it's how I normally drink it because it is. Having been a teacher for so long, that's basically how you drink any hot drinks. They're not hot. You just have to get used to the fact that they're tepid. I'm going to have it so that the flour is just slightly off so it doesn't look too placed. And I'm just going to, rather than use my brush, I'm just going to gently rub over it so that I can get it as flat as I can. Be careful if you're doing that. You are much more likely to snag it if you're using your finger because your finger's got a bit more friction to it. Certainly don't do it if your finger is covered in any of the glue, or or any glue, not specifically this glue, but any glue, because you'll definitely tear it, because there'll definitely be resistance. And now I'm just going to go over it with my brush. Now, if you put a layer on the top, it means that the napkin disappears more. It won't completely disappear because it is white. But what you can do is you can then put some distress on it, and that will get rid of the. Okay, so you've just moved. Oh, there you go. Just moved it away from yourself. Maybe I should have that on there. I want that on there. Yeah, right, okay. I might have the bee. So, just rustically tearing the bee out. Not using the water brush, because if I use the water brush on a small area like that, I'm more likely to saturate the bee and then the bees will fall apart. So, it'll be more of a C. than a B. So, okay, take that off. Okay, so I really love that napkin. Might have to buy some more of those, Brian. So next time I go to Sainsbury's, I'll stock up. Again, just going to paint this on here. I realise that it's warp the. Brian's just stealing the things off my desk now, so it kind of warps it, but don't worry about it. It's fine. And I might put the B on. Yeah, I'll put the B on there. Right, if you're going over the top of the stuff that you've already done, extra careful, because you are going to saturate it now, and then when you're saturating it, it is more likely to fall apart. So, I don't know, I might take more of the edge of this away first. Should have done this before I'd painted on the glue, really, but there you go. Like I say, do as I say, not as I do. Just tearing away any excess that I don't need. There we go, that'll do. I want him to go like that. There, yeah, I'll have him there. Just painting that on. Just going over him gently. Like I say, don't go too heavy-handed with it. You see how it's starting to like soften. I don't know if you can see that. I'll hold it up to the camera. So it's starting to soften all here. So be careful if you're brushing over it, you'll pull it apart. Okay. So now I'm just going to go over the whole thing. So not over the bit that I just said has gotten really soft. I'm just going over the whole of the back, just because what it'll do is it'll give it the same texture and it'll give it the same stiffness as well. So and therefore the card behaves in the same way. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to dry it, and I am going to have to use a pair of tongs to do that. Tongs, tweezers, whatever they are. I'll just hold it off the desk. I realise it's curled, but I can curl it back, it's fine. It'd be helpful if the tweezers actually held onto the thing, but there you go. So, just drying it. Yeah, that's fine. Just go over the back of it. Ha 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 ha. And now just shape it back into place. Possibly a bit not as stiff as I'd like it. Probably needs to be a bit stiffer, to be fair, so I might stick it to another bit of it. It's here. So I might stick two pieces together. When I say I might, I mean I will. So I'm just going to pencil. No, I'm just going to use this pencil. Right, okay, Dave. Stop being a fool about this. Just want to put that up to there, that's fine, and then cut down that edge. Right, because I'm cutting on the wrong side of the ruler, look away now. If you're squeamish, I'll just stab myself with the thing. Sorry, I might have my arm in the way, and that's because I'm doing it the wrong-handed. I'm trying not to lose fingers and things. And then just put this on here. Actually, do it that side. put that edge up. Like I say, do as I say, not as I do. Now if we don't move it around, Dave, get that out of the way. Just chuck it over your shoulder, it's gone on the floor, never mind. Pick it up in a bit, or it'll stay there till next week. One of the two. I'm just going to cut a line down there. Yeah, that can come off. Yeah, if I just glue these two pieces together, and then what I'll do is I'll cut the corners down, and I've done that, so then they'll be exactly the same. So I'm just going to stick the two pieces together, and I'm just deciding the best way to do that. Probably the Pritt glue, not Pritt because it's not even Pritt. The stick glue is what I mean. Makes no odds really. Let's do this side. Just getting a thorough coating of it. There we go. Completely like sticky now. I'm sticky. It's sticky. Everything's sticky. No sticks were harmed in the making of this sticky. Right, line that up. Up there as well. Just glue those two pieces together, just to make it a bit stiffer now. Probably not completely stuck down, is it? It's not going to completely behave because, you know, we're doing it on camera, so why would it? So I'm just going to use my scissors and just trim those edges. Actually, that's not quite lined up, so I'll get rid of that. Sorry, concentrating, tongue out, and cutting. That isn't going to stick, that edge. So it's not sticking. So what we'll do is we'll go in with the wet glue instead, Dave, which is what you should have used in the first place. But basically, when I was scouring, thinking, oh, what shall I use? I couldn't see it, so didn't spring to mind. Never mind. It's my lack of sleepiness. So like I say, I'm doing this. This hour is following on from the previous hour, where I was a bit manic in the previous hour, but I've kind of I'm not going to say I've channeled my mania because that's the best way to make sure that it comes back. But it's calmed down, shall we say? Well, so far. There's always time. So, and because my mania is challenging, challenging. It is challenging for other people, because that's going on in my head. It makes it really hard for me to think. There's so many other things going on in my head. So all the lyrics to songs, I hear everything going on anyway. So, you know, I hear sound at all. I hear all sound at the same volume. So, that's all going on. So, like I say, lyrics to songs. Then there's what else is going on in my head? Things I need to do. Quotes from movies, all happening all at the same time. Very busy. So there we go. So that's my back. That's the back. Now I'm not going to worry about this bit too much, because if I decide to glue it down, then there's no point decorating that, is there? But if I decide, oh, actually no, I'm gonna leave it, then I can do that at a later date. So that's my front. and that's my inside. So this is going to go on here like this. This is going on the front. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to glue the two pieces together. So what I think I might do is I'll use a piece of this paper. Now, is that going to be wide enough? Yeah, but it covers it up. We just want something that's, yeah, let's use that. That piece there would be perfect. Now what I do is I just use the width of a ruler because it's the perfect size. I can tear as well. Tear it down there, turn it round. It's that text that I want, so I'll try and tear this bit off. Whether it tears properly, I don't know. Oh, it is. It's behaving. Tearing that bit down. Try and get rid of some of the clutter. Try. Get rid of these collage mediums things. Just going to put them out of camera in Brian's way instead. Because, you know, when people craft with me and I'm doing a live, they kind of just have to go with what happens. So I'm just trying to move things out of camera shot for you guys. Get that, rid of that, we don't need that. Okay, so move that. Whoa. Put that in there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to glue these two pieces together. So remember, this is going to be the outside, so you don't want it like that, obviously. So when you flip it over, that needs to be face down and this one needs to be face up. And we're going to make a hinge for these two using this. I like that, yep. Okay, so it doesn't need to be that long. I think that's going to go there. Yeah, okay. I'm going to tear this bit off here. Yep, okay, so like I said before, is find a nice line to line them up on. You've got a better chance of getting this kind of in the middle then. Yeah, and then you need to glue the back of this, so get your glue back into shot. That lining up is all now useless. Just gluing the back of it, getting it liberally glued. Now that it wasn't strong enough to hold the two pieces of card together, especially because one was curling away from the other, but it should be strong enough for this. Again, line these two bits up on that line. So they put, oh, come on, folks. Behave, come on. Of course, they're not going to behave, are they? Because pressure's on. There we go. Yeah, because I'm on camera. Brian's just gone, because you're on camera. There you go. So there you go. I'll put that on there, and that kind of means that you've got a better opportunity of kind of lining it up. Put that on there, stick it down. Cut your overhang off. There we go, cut that off. I'll do that side. So it goes in, you see here where it goes in either side. It's not quite stuck. Let's just put some wet glue on there. Of course, it's not going to work, is it? Because I'm on camera. But, you know, I'm not defeated. There we go. Right, okay, so this bit where it dips in here, just cut round and round there, and then round there. Just take that bit out there. Do the same on that bit. It's not quite a V because it's rounded, but be a perfect time to use my Tim Holt scissors, except for they're so expensive I don't want to get glue on them. Okay, so that's that bit stuck together. Yep, got a nice hinge going on. Just put a crease in, line it up, Dave. And then put a crease in those two. Gonna put that on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this bit at the top first. Wet glue, there it is. Let's just put the creases in this because it's not lying down at the minute. It's not behaving at the minute, so that's better. Okay. So not right at the point like I did in my last video. I'm sure if you haven't watched that last video, then fair warning, channeling mania in it. So if you do decide to watch it, it gets a bit crazy and a bit laughy. I laugh a lot in it, like some of it's uncontrollable laughter. So put it up, make sure the spacing either side is right. Sorry, just gonna have to get my head into shot or turn it towards me a bit. There you go. Put it there. Rub that down a bit. Flip it over and now do the other side. Obviously, if you've got a direction of your paper, you know, if you've got a definite top and a bottom, you'd have to make sure you get it the right way up first. Do that. Stick that down there. Okay, so I just want to do that lid does not fit on that, does it? There we go. That's got some gummed up glue in it. Quite satisfying though. Taking the glue out, I thought, oh, I was going to say, especially if it came out in one piece, which of course it's not going to come out in one piece. Okay, stop focusing on the glue, Dave. So I want to just tidy this up a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sand it down a bit. And this will get rid of any of the, it's good for not just getting rid of the lumps, the undulations in your napkin, but it's also good for getting rid of the, you know, when you use a brush and you can see the lines of the brush, it's good for getting rid of all of that. It can make it look a bit more antique-y as well. Get rid of all of these edges. It also gives you a nice key for if you're going to do anything else to it, which the whole point of me doing this is because I just want to go over the top of it with something else, so, well, with some distressing. So okay, so get rid of those bits. A bit of brush down now because then you've got a dusty surface now. So get rid of that, and then going to go over it with some distress ink. I think I'm getting to that point where I'm either going to need to buy some refresher for my ink, or I'm going to have to buy a new ink pad because it's no longer, it's my favourite colour, so it's the one that gets used the most. Again, Brian's arm in shot. If you saw it, don't know. He said, I don't think they would. So, you'll have to... I know I'm not supposed to tell him what you're saying, but like I can't not be honest. I find it really challenging not to say anything. So there we go. So that's the outside. It's quite grungy. You know, I know that it's quite grungy, and I know that for some people it's too much, but I like it. That's basically what matters. Just can't remember what colour that brush is. Never mind. We're going to use this, which is the darker walnut stain, and go in on things like the corners. Look how that makes that go. Whoa, that's gorgeous. Really like that. Get rid of some of that off there. Yeah, walnut stain's really good for making it look really dirty. Dirty. Yeah, I see. I like that. So that distress, that collage medium doesn't give it as much. Well, doesn't make it as dark as I thought it would, which I guess is, you know, some people's preference, not mine. Yeah, that's definitely more me. And I'm just going to dry that off because now I've just wet it all again. So, well, the problem is when you dry anything, you're softening the glue back up again until it's completely like air dried. So, not hair dried, air dried. So I'm just going over that just so that it's basically just making sure the ink isn't coming off on my hand. Okay, so there we go. So that's the inside. I think I don't know whether to put that on. If I do, I will definitely need it on something else. I need something to make it stand out. The book page, maybe. Quite a similar colour though. Maybe. Maybe, I don't know what I'm looking for. I've just put the thing in the bin, which I didn't mean to. The cut, so I cut this down, and I'm looking for that. So Brian's just said, what am I looking for? The bit that I cut off this. So, yeah, no, I knew it. I knew he wouldn't know. But like, if I hadn't have said, he'd have said, "What are you looking for? What is it you're looking for?" But I knew that he didn't know where it was. So, I don't know. So I won't use it because can't find it, which is typical. Maybe that would work. That. Oh, you know when you've got something now in your mind's eye, and you can't.
How big a piece did you cut off?
Oh, it was an A4 sheet of paper, so it was like a narrow bit like that. So. Sorry, Brian's talking to me. I know it's terribly rude when I'm on camera and I should be talking to you guys, but oh well, never mind. Don't worry, Brian. I'll sort it some other way. Just want it. Just that's too. I want that yellow is very punchy. I thought that would make that stand out better, but maybe it won't anyway. So no, don't worry, Brian. So let's see if we can find something else that'll make it stand out. Maybe that. Let's have a look at that. Right. No, it's going to blend in too much. Right, okay, so I need to think about this. So what could I use? What shall I use? The Asimov paper is too... There's some more of that yellow just come into shot. Yeah, I think that. I definitely think that yellow is the right yellow. you know, when I come off camera, I'll be like, oh, there it is. But that's always the way. That's sod's law, isn't it? So,
The law of Sodom.
so now I need to find a thing. There we go, little dauber thing. Just on the walnut stain. I'm just going to go over around the edge of this to kind of make it stand out a bit more. So all I did with this one, just so you're aware, is I've just I just painted some Mod Podge on the middle bit, so it makes it look more glass-like. So the edges are more matte now, and the middle bit is glossy. Yeah, I think that. I think maybe that, and I might have a little bit of this as well. Let's get that up. It's going to be too straight line if I left it like that. So too straight liney, as is that. So I'm going to stick that to the back. You'll understand what I'm doing someday. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but hopefully you'll get a gist of what I'm doing. I'm just going to stick this behind here. Hiding any of the straight edges so that it doesn't look too placed. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to kind of tear around it. Yeah, so I'll stick that. Just going to stick this down with some wet glue. This is just, somebody asked me before what glue it is that I use in this little bottle. This is basically just decanted. It's pin flare bookbinding glue. It's my favourite glue. It's it grabs quickly. It's, you know, it sets quickly as well, so dries quickly, not sets quickly. And now I'm just going to tear around this. Just being quite rough with it. Rough, no, not rough with it. Just being not rough with it. Well, I can't think what I'm talking about now. Yeah, not caring too much about how it, you know, whether I'm following the edge or not. So there you go. Looks like just a bit of torn out paper. I think I'm going to stick that over there. I might just then trim that edge off that. Yeah, I'll do that. Brian's again in shot. It's like his hand is more has been in this more than I have. So and if anybody asks, no, he hasn't sorted his YouTube channel out, and no, I haven't sorted my Etsy out yet. So they're all because we both work full time. They're just things you just don't get round to.
Need a day at home in daylight.
Yeah, Brian's just said he needs a day at home in daylight, and like, really, that's, you know, that's not my excuse. My excuse is just I need 12 days in a week, not 7. So just cut that edge off and just stick that down. So there we go. That's I might darken that up a little bit because it's possibly a little bit too standing outy. There you go. So that's my little thing. I could, you know, you could write notes on there, or, you know, you could leave it as it is. I could put something up there. I might actually do that. The reason why I thinking that is because that makes my eyes go funny. It makes me feel a bit swimmy. Bright red does tend to do that for me though. So do that. Let's do a little panel to go up there. Yeah, so I might do that. Let's tear that bit off. Again, this is all Janie B's papers. These are the still part of the tulips. Do I use the tulip? Do it that way round. But then you don't see the tulip. I could do it like that though. Right. Glue those two bits together. How long does it need to be? Up to about there. Well, so much accurate measuring going on here, isn't there? Just going to glue these two pieces together. I think I've actually just got glue on my forehead because I scratched my head. My finger was gluey. Yeah, that's how we roll in this house. So, well, say we, me and the dog, and Brian when he visits. Yeah. And just glue those two pieces together, and then straighten. I'm not straightening the edge off, but like just. You know, making it less slopey. Put that on there, maybe. I don't know whether I like it now. Does it need something behind it to kind of make it pop? Oh, you know, at this stage in the game, I'm just going to do it. Or I could go for one of these, maybe. No. Sorry, my washi tape coming into shot. No, Use this glue instead. Let's get my glue book out. No, that's not the glue because that's the one that's nearly finished. This one. So, oh, there we go. See, that's creased it all. Time is it? Oh, it's 6:30 in the evening here at the moment. Sunday evening. I put that there, and then I'm just going to tear around it. I'm not worrying too much at the minute. I'll sort it out properly when I've torn it out. So I don't want a huge border on it, but I do want a bit of a border. Sorry, Brian was just speaking to me and I cut him off because I was talking. Alright, yes, he was just going to say that's torn it. So I've already used that joke though, haven't I, tonight? You know, can't. Sorry?
It's not surprising that you've already used
No, it doesn't. No.
I got it from.
Yeah.
Listening to you say it.
I only have so many jokes up my sleeve.
With all the rabbits.
What, rabbits up my sleeve?
Well, to keep them in your hat, don't
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. I'm not a magician though, so there we go. Right, so do you know what? It's going to be too big now, isn't it? Oh no, it's all right. It's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to stick that up there. I might do the background a bit darker because I can. I think that might help it as well, blend in a bit. I think it's just too stark for me. Well, too stark for me anyway. I think it helps with the contrast. Yeah, you know something that you... Oh, I don't know. I think it's too long. I think that's what the problem is. It's too long. Maybe I can peel that bit back, which I can. Maybe if I tear that bit off, which I can, and tear that bit down. That's better. I'm happy with that. That's what it was. It was too long. So put that on there. Glue that corner down because it didn't stuck properly. Lid back on there. And then I'm going to stick that on there. I'll stick it that way up, Dave. There we go. Yeah, put that on there. I'm just going to stick that down with some wet glue because it seems to be sticking better. If we can get it out. So I've got a cake to finish off as well. I've been making my signature bake, which is my courgette and lime cake. It's for work tomorrow. I'm working in our Wakefield office tomorrow, so and they are having a bit of a bake-off. They asked me to participate because they like my cake. I don't think it's because they wanted me to, be in the bake-off. I think it's because they just wanted the cake. So, so I've done my well, they said, will you do your courgette and lime? And I don't want to disappoint them, so because it is particularly nice, very moist. So, go over that, make it a bit grungier looking. And I could, of course, have something written on there like notes or something like that. But I think for now I might leave it like that. Or do I want to? I don't know whether. See, I can't leave anything. So when I say, should I leave it like that? We know that's not going to happen. Let's just say I've got notes here. I usually keep these together. We've got the N. Oh, I have. There we go. That's my just a little stash of it. So that's N. Which way up is that? Is it that way or that way? Oh dear, Dave. N. I'm trying to work it out backwards. There we go. N O T E S. Is that the right way up? No, that way. That's the right way up. So, like, just so that they stay together, I usually just put a bit of tape around them or something. One that sticks well. Where's that other one? Spend a lot of my time going, where's that? Yeah, this one will do. Just I might have to tear it down. Just tear it down the middle because it's too wide otherwise. Not that you need to know this, I'm only doing it for my benefit. It's just I'm going to stick them together, otherwise they wiggle and jiggle. So, and then it makes it easier for me to stamp in one go. I don't mind if they're not straight or whatever, they just stay together. Okay, get that out of the way. I like those are off Amazon packaging that I keep because you never know. Oh, I like the idea. Well, I like the idea of that. Conceptually, I like it. Whether I actually like it in reality is a different thing. Shall I do it with the Claire, which is... Shall I go for the blue or shall I go for the green? Blue or green? Let's just stamp some and see what it looks like in the green. So... what we need to do is just stamp this in and do that. Don't know whether that's going to be punchy enough, or what's the blue like? Shouldn't really be doing it with the same stamp. No, not that, Dave. Stamp it off somewhere. try the blue. Or the blue. Right, okay. So, I've got to make a decision now. I think the green actually goes better, so I'm going to use the green. Stamp that off. Although it might not be very green now, it's got blue on it, but never mind. Just try and get rid of the blue as much as I can. Just clean the stamp up a bit. There we go. Otherwise it leaves a blue imprint where you've put it on the green. There we go. And I'm just going to make sure it's kind of some... Give it a fighting chance of being somewhere in the middle. Nowhere in the middle, probably. So just stamp that down. Just making sure, because it's not flat, the surface that it's going onto, just make sure it makes contact. Oh, there we go. It's not straight, but hey, what is? There you go. So that's my little note card, which is going to go in here. Let's put these away. Let the dog see the rabbit, etc. Get those out of the way. Move this out of the way. Put that in there. Take that off. Put that over there. Get rid of that. Okay, so this is my little, quite grungy little note card to go in there. It's, you know, definitely me. Might be too much for some people. I realise that it's very grungy. Brian likes it. Well, he says he likes it. That's all that matters. People that say they like it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they don't actually like it, as long as they say they like it. So that's it. So that's my little journal card for today. Again, using Janeybjournals papers. The link will be in the description. And available on Amazon. Really good value, honestly. Sorry, on what did I just say? Amazon. Not on Amazon, on Etsy. Sorry, apologies. Brain. Well, it's because I'm looking at the Amazon stickers. Yeah, so available on Etsy. I'll put the link in the description box. Like I say, they're really. Sorry, my brain's just going. Could do that as well. They're really great value. Honestly, I have to say that myself and Brian have been looking at these, how much things cost, etc., and how much people are charging for digikits, etc. And I have to say that they are excellent value. So I might have to have a button on one of them, but never mind. I won't do that now. Okay, so that's it. So those, by the way, are in another video in my feed. So that's it. So I better leave that on the top so you can see what it is, haven't I? So that's what we made today. Nice little Turkish fold journal card, and I hope that you will have been inspired to do something with either Turkish folding, or you might want to do something with Janeyb's journals digitals. Entirely up to you. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you've had a good time with me. Less mania than my previous video. Calm down a bit. Good job, really, because I need to calm down to be able to get sleep tonight. And you all take care. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you all soon. You have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is with you. I'm Dash of Dave, also known as Crafty Moose. And you know what I say. I love you without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. You all have a great evening, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care, folks. Sending you lots of kisses, big crafty hugs, and you take care. Take care, folks. See you next time. Bye.